Hearts are riding high at the top of the Premiership. Derek McInnes' side are 5 points clear at the top of the table, with Celtic to come here at Tynecastle on Sunday. SunSport caught up with the club's principal ambassador, Gary Locke, who's seen it all as a fan, player, coach and manager, to get his views on the current squad, how things are going, Tony Bloom's predictions and whether they can stay the course. Gary, thanks for talking to SunSport ahead of Hearts game with Celtic on Sunday. Things going rather well, 5 points clear at the top of the league, goal difference plus 13, chance to go 8 points clear. I mean, what's your assessment of the season to date?
I think just like any Hearts fan, I think it's been a great start to the season. Boys are playing with a lot of confidence, playing some great stuff, and everybody's really happy at the moment, which is great. We've been through a couple of difficult seasons, a few changes in manager and a lot of change in personnel, but it's actually nice just to enjoy the positivity that's surrounding the club at the moment, because it's been a while coming. Every
time they faced a big challenge this season, they've responded, going to Ibrox and winning the derby late on as well. I mean, this is just another huge one along the way, isn't it?
Yeah, they're all big games. The boys have done really well. They've been really consistent, and it's been brilliant to watch, to be honest with you. So, as I say, I'm just like every other Hearts fan. I'm really enjoying watching the team, watching how positive we are. And it's been great as well that the substitutes coming on have made a huge impact in the team as well. And long may that continue. There's a long way to go. Still loads of games to go, and as we know over the years, you've got to challenge the big two. And luckily at the moment we're doing that.
Well, interesting. I mean, Tony Bloom made that claim at the start of the season. I think it raised a few eyebrows when he did, saying that they could win the league within 5 to 10 years. Possibly challenge as early as this season. I mean, you were at the foundation meeting in August when he laid out his vision.
Yeah.
I mean, what was the reaction in the room at that point, and do you think a few people are taking him a bit more seriously now?
Yeah, possibly, but I'm 50 now and I've never seen Hearts win the league, so it just shows you how difficult it is. And Tony's he's shown that all the clubs that he's been involved in, he's very ambitious. He wants to see us upset the norm in Scottish football, which is brilliant to hear, and as a Hearts fan, you're delighted with that. So it'd be great to see us do that, but I've waited a long time. And as I say, it's a very difficult thing to do. But at the moment, we're enjoying the start we've made. I think everybody can see the same thing happened to Aberdeen last year. Yep. And you look at how far they ended up behind Old Firm. So it's important that you didn't get too carried away. It's been a brilliant start. Really enjoying watching Hearts at the moment, but there's a long way to go.
What was the mood in the room that night? Because he's quite matter of fact when he says these things, isn't he? And it's just kind of, was it disbelief, excitement, kind of just?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of excitement in the room. I think just when you look at the pedigree of Tony and what he's done at Brighton, and what he's done over in Belgium as well. So there's a lot of excitement in the room. There's a lot of optimism. I think the fans are all getting quite excited at the moment. But as I say, I'm a realist. I've been involved in football a long time, and I know how difficult it is to win anything. Who'd have thought? It would have been 2012, the last time we won a trophy. I didn't think we'd go as long without maybe winning another one, but that's certainly been the case. So, as I say, there's loads of ups and downs with football.
Good morning.
There's loads of injuries can happen, all that type of stuff. Touch wood, it doesn't happen, but as I say, we've got a long way to go. Delighted with the start, but that's all it is.
We've been there once before, 20 years ago. Obviously, Vladimir Romanov came in with most. George Burley's side made an amazing start to the season. Yep. Then things probably didn't go the way they expected to. The club seems a lot more stable now, and also Jamestown Analytics. I mean, that seems to be a major weapon Hearts have got when it comes to closing the gap when you look at the players that they've been able to bring in this summer.
Yeah, I think that's why the fans are so excited, because I think the Jamestown Analytics is a huge part of us hopefully being successful. I think you look at the signings we've made in the summer. I mean, who would have thought Hearts would have brought in players for these countries and these leagues? And I think the manager's touched on that as well. It's saving him a lot of time in terms of wasting a lot of time going out. I don't know what it's like. You go and watch players all over the place, and you waste a lot of hours of your week. So hopefully now, Derek doesn't have to do that. He can concentrate on what we do in the training ground, and then obviously the Jamestown can help him with the recruitment, along with Graham Jones, who's done a fantastic job as well. So, as I say, there's loads to be really positive about and optimistic about, and hopefully over the next few years we can see us putting in a stronger challenge in the league and hopefully winning a trophy.
Speaking of Derek, I mean, what do you make of the job he's done so far? I mean, just looks
unbelievable.
There are certain Hearts managers who've come in who have maybe struggled to adapt to the role, but he just seems completely comfortable in his own skin, and it seems like a great fit.
Yeah, it does, and I think he's touched on. I think he's seen Hearts as a a job that he was really excited about, and I think he's been wanting the job for a little while. So it was just great that this time, obviously I was quite happy myself because it's the first time I've ever had a little input, not a huge input, but a little input into you know, what we're going to do in terms of appointing a new manager. The board asked me, you know, what my thoughts were as well as everybody else's, so I was delighted when obviously Derek was appointed, and you know, he's done a fantastic job, and I think he's, over the course of his managerial career, he's been very successful everywhere he's been. He knows Scottish football inside out. He's managed big clubs, so he knows what it's like with the expectation levels of a club the size of Hearts. And you know, so far it's been absolutely brilliant.
Are those the qualities that you kind of flagged up when?
Yeah, I think it was really important, you know, and it's no disrespect to any of the lads that have been in charge at Hearts over the last 3-4 years. You know, they all tried their hardest, but they didn't have obviously the Jamestown analytics, the recruitment. Was maybe not the greatest at times, but now, you know, you look at the players we've recruited, you look at the quality that's been on the bench, and it's really all good. So it's been great, and as I say, Derek and Peanut and Alan deserve all the credit going, because they've built, for me, a really good spirit in the team, as you can see there. And the place is, you know, it's a happy place to be.
And they've also, as Derek said, there's still a lot of the players from last season who are here and contributing and making big contributions this season. I mean, and again, that's another mark of the job he does, that he's managed to get so many of those integrated into the new project with the new players. Yeah,
it is, and again, there's a lot of players that have seen the hard times here. You know, last season it was a long season for everybody connected with the club, and you know, we changed a couple of managers, and it just didn't happen for us last year, and that can happen at times. You know, football, as I say, it's full of ups and downs. You've got to take the good with the bad, but quite rightly the boys are enjoying this moment because they've been through tough times last year, and as you say, there is a lot of players that were here last season, and confidence is a huge thing. You know, if you're playing with confidence and you're not thinking about anything negative, it can turn you into a top player. And at the moment, everybody seems to be playing with a lot of confidence, and long may that continue.
And that confidence and belief has led to late goals against Hibs, Dundee United, Livingston. I mean, that's the sign of a team that kind of just never gives up and knows there's something there for them if they keep going.
Yeah, I think it is, and I think it's credit to obviously the manager as well, because he always makes positive changes, for me anyway, just watching for the sidelines. You know, we never ever sort of settle for just getting a point. We make positive substitutions, and as I say, we have got a really good squad. And I think that's been one of the biggest assets for us so far this season, is when our subs are coming on the pitch, they're all making a huge impact. And I think that's showed by the late goals we're getting, and it's very much nowadays, you know, it's not just about 11 players, it's about the whole squad. And as you can see, there's a great spirit about the team. The lads that aren't playing at the moment are doing really well with the closed door games and that we're organising. So everybody's desperate to play, which can only be a good thing.
So how do you see Sunday then? I mean, it's a huge game, it's a chance to go 8 points clear. Celtic will be a bit wounded after losing last week. Brendan Rodgers' comments after the game about Honda Civics and so on. I mean, they'll be coming here to prove a point, but it's a great challenge for Hearts to step up to.
No, listen, it's always a tough game, and you know, Celtic have been champions the last 13 out of 14. So that shows you just how good a team Celtic are. You know, got huge admiration for boys like Callum McGregor, who constantly demand high standards, winning trophies. And it doesn't matter what they do last year, they go again this year. So we're under no illusions how difficult a game this will be, and especially after they've been beat. I've always found over my career that, you know, when you play the Old Firm and they've been beat the week before, it's doubly as difficult to beat them. So our boys will know how difficult it is. But we just have to concentrate on ourselves. If we keep playing the way we've been playing at Tynecastle, then I fully expect us to get a result.
Derek said a few times in the last couple of weeks that he senses everybody's wanting Hearts to lose or waiting for them to get beat. I mean, that's not the vibe I'm getting. The vibe I'm getting from people in and out of Edinburgh, stuff like that, is that, you know, I think everybody would love to see a genuine title challenge from somebody.
You've obviously not been speaking to many Hibs fans, eh? No, listen, I think it's great for Scottish football, you know, the fact that, like say Hibs, Aberdeen, Dundee United, Dundee, they're starting to take points off the Old Firm, because I think we all get fed up of just watching Rangers and Celtic winning every week and winning every trophy. And it's very, very difficult to win a trophy, as I've touched on. You know, been involved in Scottish football for a long, long time, and I've not seen Hearts win a lot of trophies myself. So it just shows you how difficult it is to beat them. But I genuinely feel that there is a lot of teams this year that will hopefully take points off them and make the league a wee bit closer, because it's like anything, you didn't want to see Celtic and Rangers 25 points clear of everybody else, because for me it's not great for our game, and I think there's a lot to be positive about in Scottish football. There's a lot of good young players coming through, and I think, you know, teams like ourselves and Hibs and Aberdeen and that, we're all getting better and getting stronger, and that can only be good for our game.
As you say, I mean, you've almost seen it all the highs and lows as a Hearts fan. You've, as a fan, a player, a coach, a manager, you've seen Scottish Cups, you've seen them go close, you've seen the relegations. I mean, a title challenge this season would be something really to enjoy, wouldn't it?
It would be great, but I think all the boys are saying that here, you know, and everybody associated with the club. We're only like 8-9 games into the season. As I touched on, you seen what happened. Aberdeen won 10 out of their first 11 last season, and then, you know, fell away really badly, to be honest, which I don't think anybody foreseen with the start that they had. So we're very early into the season. I know how difficult it is to maintain that over the course of the season, but here's hoping we can do that.
Certainly be interesting to see what happens. Gary, appreciate it. Thanks for your time.
Cheers. All right.
Thank you.